Don't hate him because he's beautiful. Viewtiful Joe, rated teen, only for Nintendo GameCube.
Some games are content to just exist. You boot them up, they give you a tutorial, a sword, maybe some dialogue about destiny or honor, or the darkness returning, and you plod through the game like a kid eating vegetables. Viewtiful Joe is not that game. This game leaps into your living room, slaps your GameCube controller out of your hands, and scream "Henshin a go-go baby" at a volume detectable by the International Space Station. Then drives you straight into a kaleidoscope made of comic books, kung fu movies, and the type of energy normally associated with toddlers who just ate 3 pixie sticks. And the craziest part, it's a masterpiece. But it's a weird masterpiece. The kind of masterpiece where you're not sure if the developers were making a brilliant action game or losing a bet in real time. Let's try to summarize the story here without losing our grip on reality. You play as Joe, just Joe. He's not a space marine or a secret agent or the chosen one. He's some movie nerd who went to see a superhero film with his girlfriend Sylvia. Captain Blue, the movie's hero, gets beaten up on screen. Sylvia gets kidnapped by what I only can describe interdimensional robot arms, and Joe does the only logical thing. He jumps into the movie to rescue her, because apparently that's an option now. Inside the movie world, Joe gets handed a magic watch that turns into Viewtiful Joe, a superhero in a bright red spandex who looks like a Power Ranger and a bottle of Tabasco sauce had a baby. From there, the plot becomes increasingly unhinged. Sylvia gets kidnapped, Joe fights robot sharks, the helicopter, demon bats, and possibly the concept of gravity itself. Captain Blue shows up, but he's retired because apparently superheroes have pensions now. The main villain has the charisma of a theater kid who thinks he's auditioning for Broadway and Mortal Kombat at the same time. The story makes sense only if you accept that logic has left the building. At first glance, Viewtiful Joe looks like a simple side-scrolling beat 'em up. You punch things, they explode. You move right, you win. But then the game hands you the X powers, and suddenly you're editing reality like a caffeine Michael Bay. Slow motion, everything slows to crawl, so you can dodge bullets, counterattack enemies, or just watch yourself punch someone in next week's glorious detail. Match speed. Joe starts moving so fast, he generates after images, creating multiple copies of himself because one Joe was simply not enough. Then you got zoom in. The camera zooms dramatically close, increasing your attack power, while also making Joe look like he's starring in his own soap opera. The genius is how powers interact, slow down enemies, zoom in for damage, speed up to clear the room. It's like conducting a symphony while every instrument is a fist. Pulling off the perfect combo feels amazing. The screen explodes with cartoon sound effects, enemies flying across the stage, and you're sitting there thinking, I am an unstoppable force of beautiful violence. Now, we get to the real stars, the bosses. Each one feels like the developer said, what if we gave a wild animal a jetpack and unresolved emotional issues? So we got Charles III, a giant bat demon with laser eyes. He attacks you like he's mad. You spoiled the ending of his favorite show. Grand Bruce, a shark with a chainsaw. Yes, really. He fights on submarine because of course he does. Hulk Davidson, a green giant dinosaur wielding an axe the size of a Honda Civic. He yells a lot. Another Joe, a clone of Joe, but even more attitude because nothing screams final exam like you're fighting yourself in a spandex. Each boss has attack patterns so punishing they feel like psychological evaluations. Do you understand timing, reflexes, your own morality? No. Back to the shape of clown. Every stage is themed like a different movie genre. A military base with tanks and helicopters. A haunted mansion with traps and demon bats. A volcano where the floor is lava because, of course, it is. A space station finale where physics just gives up. Each level introduces new enemies, harder challenges, and the growing realization that the developers hated free time and happiness. And yet you keep going because the game is so fun, so stylish, that even when you die for the 15th time, you continue like you're signing up for more emotional damage willingly. Here's the thing. Beautiful Joe looks like a kid's game. Bright colors, cartoony graphics, corny dialogue. You think this is going to be easy. It's not. The game will ruin you. Enemies hit like trucks. Levels have zero mercy. Checkpoints are spaced out like they were rotated during wartime. But then, when you finally beat the boss after 12 tries, the sense of triumph is unreal. You feel like you won a martial arts tournament against your own self-doubt. Visually, the game is perfect. The cel-shaded art style is still looks amazing decades later. Every punch lands with comic book kaboom energy. The slow motion, the explosion, all make you feel like you're controlling the most dynamic movie ever made. And the soundtrack, pure chaos. Guitars, techno beats, random yelling. It sounds like 3 different bands fighting for dominance. And the beat works beautifully. Beautiful Joe consistently winks at audience. Joe himself is basically Deadpool. If Deadpool stopped breaking the fourth wall long enough to learn Kung Fu, he's cocky, sarcastic, and has zero chill. The game throws absurdly at you nonstop. Robot sharks, giant enemy crabs, helicopters with vendettas, villains delivering monologues like they're in a Shakespeare in the park. It's campy, it's over the top, and it knows exactly what it's doing. Joe gets a sequel, a couple of spin-offs, and even an anime at this point. And then nothing. No remakes, no reboots, no gritty Netflix adaptation starring a guy who takes his helmet off and sighs a lot. And that's tragic because the game deserves to come back swinging. Beautiful Joe is a game about being stylish while punching evil in the face. It's hard, it's hilarious, it's chaotic, and it's absolutely brilliant. It'll crush you, it'll mock you, it'll make you yell at your TV. And you'll love every second of it because sometimes you don't want realism or subtlety. Sometimes you want a guy in a red spandex yelling "Henshin a go-go baby" while suppressing a helicopter. And that's the magic of Beautiful Joe. Final score of this game, 10 out of 10. Beautiful Joe wins and saves the day.